Hi, my name is Nick Capascio, and I'm a Level 2 Tech in the Information Services Department.
Hello, I'm Suzanne Johnson, Superintendent of School District U-46. Hello, Nick. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, nice. Thank you for having me.
To begin, you want to tell us a little bit about what you do as a Level 2 Tech for U-46?
Sure. So I cover about 25% of our district. Most of the buildings have a dedicated technology specialist. And then what the Level 2 will do will either help out with tickets that get escalated to us from the technology specialist, or we're responsible for making sure that our network is up, our Wi-Fi access, our phone system, our printer network. So in a normal day, if internet goes down at a building, it's our responsibility to head over there and troubleshoot what we can.
So basically making sure that everything we now do in School District U-46 is able to function and run in this world that is completely dependent on technology.
Yeah, we've got systems that monitor our network for outages, our Wi-Fi network, our phone system, our printers. So if we have a phone that goes down, I get an alert, and then we want to get that phone up as fast as possible. Not only so there's a phone there, but if there's an emergency, someone's got to be able to pick up the phone and call 911. Okay, so this is a pretty common issue that we see. I get a ticket that the phone's not working. Come take a look, the screen's not on.
Yeah.
In this case, it could be a couple things. The phone could be bad, could be a bad cable, could be a bad port, or what oftentimes happens is it's in the wrong port. One thing that we try to do is not move the phones. So this phone is set up for one specific port. If we plug this phone in another port anywhere else, it's not going to work. Part of that reason is because when you call 911, it sends along location information. If we didn't block that from working, and let's say secretary here gets a job at Streamwood, she takes her phone, it's part of her equipment. She plugs the phone in there. If she were to call 911, that could report to Bartlett that someone's calling 911, and actually that can carry a fine of like up to $10,000. So the first thing that I'll do here is I'll verify that the cable's working and that the port's working.
Okay.
And I've got a tool that I can show you how to use.
Okay.
So part of that is I see two ports back here, and I'll go ahead and plug it in. And then if we use this tool, I could have you do it. So turn it on there. And then we're gonna do a cable test. So here I can see that this is actually not even a data port. This is a phone port from the olden days when we had analog phones. So I'm gonna say it's not this port. There's another port we can try.
All right.
And then we're gonna go up to auto test, so you can press up and over and then press enter. And what this is doing is I can see that these activity lights mean that we're in a port that works, and it's registering now. And then I'm gonna double check that we have dial tone, and I can hear, so that's one job down.
Awesome. Well, I know this is one of the hot topics, so this is definitely one of the biggest topics that we get, especially at the start of the school year.
Yes.
But anytime we have movement in our buildings.
Right, so it's not that we can't move phones, we can, just as long as we follow the steps and then we move them and make sure that everything gets changed.
Tell us about what a typical day, if there is such a thing, looks like in your current role as a Level 2 Tech.
Sure, so start out first thing in the morning. I'm gonna monitor all of our systems to make sure that there are no network outages overnight. We might have had a storm that knocked a school down or 5 schools down at the same time. I'm gonna check to make sure that all the access points for our Wi-Fi are working, all of our phones are working. And then I'm gonna check in with my tickets. If I don't have any tickets, I'm gonna reach out to my techs and see if they need help with anything. And just throughout the day, I'm handling tickets as they get escalated, either from the building technology specialists at each building, or I'm maybe training them on certain things or helping them if they need it.
So constant monitoring to make sure we are business as usual, school as usual across the district, and that starts first thing in the morning, as you said, making sure nothing's happened overnight.
Yep.
And then that's that steady work throughout the day. Tell us what you like the most or enjoy the most about your role.
That's an easy one. I love being able to help the school My son goes to U-46. I have neighbors, friends, family, cousins that go to U-46. So it's just a nice feeling to be able to say that we get to support the students and the principals and the teachers.
Within the last 4 years, this leap to everyone having a device, this expectation that we are connected and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, what a tremendous importance and just significant role you have in making sure that we can do that and do good things for kids to make it a great day. So I really appreciate you, Nick.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
Thank you for taking time to show us just a little part of what goes into your day.
Yes, of course. Thank you.